Hey there, team. It's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing great. See the build before the screen. It is the Smaland, and yes, spoiler alert, it is a Kraken game. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hey, before we begin, like, subscribe, bell button, smash that like button, comment on anything you like, dislike on, help us get us to 600 subscribers on the channel. We're growing really well, and we can't thank you guys enough. Having a fun time learning about sailing ships, shooting ships, using tactics, and having a blast at the same time. So, anyways, fun game with the Smaland. One of my, actually, I think it's my top two DDs. I think right now the Force Sherman, the Smaland rank kind of like our neck and neck for the, I would say, my favorite DDs in the game. I know some people commented saying the Smaland is overpowered. Honestly, I don't think any ship is really that overpowered. It's really about who is playing with it that makes a difference. I mean, you could have a terrible player and an awesome destroyer, and they don't know how to use it. It's just like any other thing. I mean, as long as anything is able to be shot at and destroyed, I don't think it's anything's overpowered anymore. I think it's just a fun little meme thing we say to make it seem like, oh my gosh, it's so powerful that nobody can kill it. But honestly, every single destroyer, battleship, cruiser in this game, even CVs, are destructible at some point. There is controversy over, aircraft carriers and airplanes. That's a different story. But anyways, I digress. This is about the Smaland. So this is Epicenter, one of my least favorite game modes. I don't like it, but anyways, it's what we got today. And here we go, the Druid, another favorite destroyer of mine. Unfortunately, his guns can only face forward. As you can see, he's only got two front-facing guns, and he popped smoke. Unfortunately, didn't realize there was a Smaland like us in the area, which we are very, very powerful with a radar, 7.5 kilometer radar range, and he just can't escape it. And we built it for a little bit longer duration, and we got about 20 plus seconds that he's pretty much vulnerable to shooting at. And once he fires, he's out of smoke. It don't matter if we radar him or not. He's exposing himself, so it gives us free shots. And we are just raining down mayhem on him, and it's pretty much game over for the Druid. He is out. There he goes. We are one less DD on the other side. Unfortunately, we lost a cruiser in the process. So our positioning normally is just kind of centralized, maybe to the south or to the northwest in this map for Epicenter. I don't know if there really is a good thing or good positioning in this map. A lot of people like to flank, and I think Flamu and Flambas have talked about that. They just don't know how to play Epicenter. You know, flanking on the outside is great. You can flank them, but you just start losing points in the middle if the enemy captures it before you and ticks points up faster as well. So what I did, and this is what I normally do, I'm talking and focusing on teamwork. I hope you guys really want to encourage other people to play and work together as well, all while being nice and courteous at the same time. There's no need to name call or make people feel bad. We're all learning in this. You don't know who's playing on the other side. It could be a new player, it could be an old player. We don't know. But what I do is I really did begin teamwork. I communicate and stick with a destroyer. If I'm a destroyer, I pick a destroyer and hang with him, because I feel like two guns are better than one, and that's what we do. So I stuck around with the gearing, making sure that he stays alive, he or she stays alive, and that way I know that I can keep a teammate alive, and it works that whoever survives the longest usually wins, because then your last one standing usually gets to cap all the caps. I mean, that just makes sense, right? Anyways, so we are now in the middle here. We've removed two destroyers. They only got two and a sub left, so we're going to go ahead and go in the middle here. I've abandoned my gearing now because I've lost one of my destroyers. Or I'm sorry, not my destroyers. I lost two cruisers now, and nobody's in the middle. So I am basically going to have to be the one that has to take over in the middle. And I noticed, I've looked at my mini-map, I don't know where the other two destroyers are at. Oh, actually I do. They're all the far east. See, they're flanking, and they're not worried about the game mode itself, which is at the center keyword there is probably the objective. So we're going to hang out in the middle here. We've got our radar back, so we're not being afraid to be snuck up on. Launched a couple torps at the Montaigne here, and he's probably going to eat a couple. He's just sitting there, so we'll probably get some. Yamato takes out the Brindisi. We are now down 3 cruisers. They are down 2 with only about 14 minutes left in the game. We are down about, I would say, 50 points-ish. Yeah, what is that, 70 points-ish? We are capping the center, of course, and we're going to actually hang out with our Kiev here. So, see, again, pairing up with your other significant other really helps out a lot. So if you're a cruiser, hang out with a destroyer or another cruiser. I, on the other hand, like playing destroyers, so I find another destroyer and hang out with them to make sure that they stay alive and also to maximize our firepower. So we have got RPF locating the other closest target right now is around this island. So again, we're just going to hang around the center and kind of analyze the battlefield and let them come to us. There's no need to rush. Ooh, torpid on the Montaigne there, and we get a flooding, and he damage cons right away. Analyzing the map right now, it looks like a majority of their team is outside the circle, so we're not really worried about them capping. We've got our sub and Kiev in the middle. Our gearing is out there spotting the Yamato. Again, we've got the center. We have the advantage. Our points are ticking up. Wait, we're the only ones that have things that are ticking up, so at this point we can venture out and begin hunting what I think the bread and butter of the Smaland is destroyers. Now, why do I say that? I'll take this time while we're driving out to the Olin right there. As you can see him, he's going to probably take out our Ohio. We're going to go ahead and drive and sneak up on the Olin because I know I outgun him. Now, the reason why I think the Smaland is a great destroyer because it does what its role is, which is a destroyer hunter. It literally excels at that. Why? First, the guns. The guns, if you build them right, which I do, I build them at Fearless Brawler, AFT, whatever you want to call it, that increases fire rate by 5.5%, and you put it on the module 6. Reload rate on this thing is awesome. I mean, it's only got 2 guns, but it does have an incredible reload of about I would say base is 1.3 seconds, and then you start getting all the perks in, you can get it down to maybe 1 second. Ooh, there goes the sub. Sonar, we don't worry about him. We're going straight for the Olin right now. We'll outgun the Olin with the reload booster. The other thing is we have, I'm not reload booster, sorry, the gun reload. The other advantage we have is we have heals. Our heals are a very important thing to keep us in the game. Now I have 3, so that's more than enough, so that's why I didn't pick survivability. I focused on the gun reload because I figured an extra 3,000 HP doesn't really matter when I got 3 heals. Here we go. We're spotted right there. We have the Olin. He doesn't have smoke, so we don't need to use our radar. We're going to go ahead and get the aiming going. And, you know, I hit the boost going really, really fast. I ain't going to go full broadside because then it just kind of throws people's shots off. They kind of don't know where to shoot, honestly. And boom, wowky blowy, our reload rate wins the day. And we have a heal ready to go. We'll recoup that health that we just lost right there. And there we go. We go sail away. And the Amagi, juicy target. So we're going to go ahead and use our reload rate again to go ahead and fire on this Amagi and start as many fires. Another thing, starts really, really good fires. Another good thing about DD hunting is RPF loaded. You know where you can go. Concealment is great, by the way, which I did build for. Our concealment rate is down to, I believe, 6.1. So that is an awesome concealment. So I usually build a concealment for the Smaland because I want to draw them in even closer. So when they do spot and they do pop smoke, I have a lot of time to use the radar to maximize its efficiency if they intend to drive away. In their smoke, I always have that first option kill. First look, first kill usually wins the day. I get my guns trained on them with the RPF, get them with the concealment, draw them in, use the radar, and that's what kills destroyers super, super fast. The only destroyer that can, boom, RIP back to 42nd kill of the game. The only destroyer I find that really kills the Smaland really, really well is, I believe, the best DPM in the game, which is the Marceau. I have lost many battles against the Marceau, even with the Smaland, because they got more guns, it's faster reload, and a DPM, higher DPM rate. And the saturation for the French destroyers is very, very good. Read up about that. If you don't know what that French saturation is, read up about it. It just gives them an advantage when they're getting shot at with HE. The other aspect of it is the only other destroyer I think really does well against the Smaland is the Druid. If you Druid is nose in and just shoots AP full broadside, it just eats away your health so fast. I mean, yeah, I only built a 19,000 health, and that is just not enough to absorb the damage. When you take 2,000 HP off every shot on a Druid, it's pretty, when the Druid does it off to you, it is just devastating. And then the other destroyer probably is a Ragnar. Ragnar can counter a Smaland pretty well. It's kind of like its bigger brother, just a little bit more HP, so that kind of out HPs the Smaland easily. But for what it does, if you kind of know who you're fighting against, kind of check out the roster and figure out who am I fighting against, who am I going up against. You can kind of choose your battles, and that's all about the strategy of who you're fighting against. Choose your battles and pick your battles, and know that you have an advantage on most destroyers. You just gotta know when to use your pros and cons. Now, we got the Johann de Witt here coming at us. We're going to fire a full broadside set of torpedoes. Now, torpedoes on the Smaland, not as good as the Holland. They're okay, not as good. However, you get 8 as opposed to 10 from the Holland, and they just do about, 12 to 9,000 range damage. Nothing like a Shimakaze or any of those Japanese destroyers. Now, here we go. We bait him in by shooting at him. He looks at us, pays attention, and forgets about the torpedoes, and here comes the hurt, and RIP back to 40. There goes the 3rd kill of the game, and we are on our way to killing more ships. Here we go, Yamato full broadside to us, and we're just going to go ahead and start as many fires. Again, a Very, very good addition. There's one fire. The Smaland starts fires really, really, really well with its DPM and just a good fire chance. It does a great job at it, and it's just, as you can see right here, that it does the job very, very well. We're going to see if we can shoot as many as we can here while being spotted. I think that there is a cruiser. Yes, it's the San Diego. It is hanging out around the middle there, and it's coming at us. Now, the San Diego apparently shoots sap. I didn't realize that until later in the game, but it is one of that new cruiser that's coming out. I believe it's a Tier 7. Atlanta, basically. Atlanta, Austin kind of style shooting sap, but it does its job. And let's see if we can get this kill right here. Boom! RIP back to Porter. He is done. We're going to go ahead and try and damage con that fire and get out of the way. And we are going to run away from the San Diego. And we've got another kill. We've got this game neck and neck now, 4-4, with 520 points with only 7 minutes left in the game. Now, don't ever let up. You think that we win the game? No. I always say that, hey, you know what? It's not over till the fat lady sings. Keep on chugging along, because this game has just demonstrated that you could really turn the tides so easily. Now, look at there's the San Diego shooting sap at us. Essentially, I think the San Diego is like an Austin, just with a little bit better reload rate because it doesn't have a reload booster. And these shells are pretty darn accurate, because you can see the San Diego is hitting me pretty well. Very good accuracy right there. I have to juke, left turn, left, right. Anything I can do to throw off his shells, but boom, these hurt a lot. So I'm going to have to angle in, go off detection for a little bit here. So here's the strategy. Go undetected, wait a second, reanalyze, use our last heal, and we have to conserve as much HP as we can right now. All we know is we have a Sherman, an F Sherman still out there. The Sherman is my favorite, again, neck and neck destroyer with the Smaland, so I know his reload rate outdoes me. So we're going to have to play this one very carefully now. Now, I got my gearing, who's going to spot the Sherman for us on the northeast side, Massachusetts, and also a submarine to help us out. So we're going to have to sit around and wait to see what the enemy does. We've got a Lion coming in right now. I think I outgunned the Lion here, and I can juke his shells pretty well if, RNG blesses me. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can pick on the Lion. Now, I've launched torps in the direction of, I believe, the center, but those went away. Again, the torpedoes, not the greatest range. It's only about 12-kilometer range. Usually the Holland gets out to 15. If it got to 15-kilometer torpedoes, this thing would be super powerful, and I would love it. So we're going to go ahead and shoot one at the Lion here. Get a nice set in front. Now, you saw what I did there. The strategy for me is I always assume the battleship's speeding up. So I always take the marker, if you will, and I aim in front of the trending marker, or the vector marker. So I know that he's going to drive right into it. So that's how I shoot torpedoes. I never really use the marker. I use it as a gauge to where to shoot in front and where to shoot behind. Because most likely, these players are going to either turn away or turn in or speed up like he's doing right now. So I kind of just either shoot behind or shoot in front, and these look like these will connect. And 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we only got 3. Okay, and we got a flooding going on. I think he damage cons it. So we're going to go ahead and try to start a fire as much as we can. 49,000 damage we got to knock down, so let's see what we can do here. There's 1,000. There's 1,000. I mean, look at the reload rate. If we can keep getting these juicy kills. Oh, F Sherman goes down to the gearing. Way to go, gearing. And this game is neck and neck. We still got a chance that we can seal the deal right here. And we just got to take out. Our job right now is to take out the Lion. We start one fire right there. See if we can get another. Any fires we can to help us out is money in the bank for us. So we're going to go ahead and keep on driving towards them. His guns are not really facing full at us. Only he's got the rear turret, which we're okay with. Nope, and here come all 9 guns facing us right now. Let's see if we can get another fire. He's got 2 fires going. Let's get a third. Here comes the hurt right now. Let's see if we can miss this one. Third fire of the game. There it is. 3 fires going right now. Let's see if we can keep getting another one. Let's get a 4th fire. He is pretty much hurting badly now. He is losing about, 1,000 HP of fires a second. Now we've just got to go full destruction on him right now. Let's see if we can knock down 13,000 HP. Let's see that. Look at the rain of shells. My goodness. Like it when it rains. And keep it on. Keep on the hurt. Keep pouring it on. We're down to 3,000 health. We could have this, ladies and gentlemen. We could have a Kraken on our hands right here. Can we do it? Boom! RIP back to Porty. He is done. Kraken unleashed with Arsonist in tow with 200,000 damage right there. 3 minutes left in the game, and it looks like we've got this game in the bag. 1 cruiser left, and that is how the cookie crumbles. Like, subscribe, bell button below, guys. Appreciate all the support. Hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys like the tactics and how we use the Smaland to our advantage here. It's really a fun game, really fun destroyer. I recommend that when it does come back, if it ever does come back, try to get this thing as fast as you can. It is a fun destroyer. And until then, you guys, hope you guys enjoy it. Like, subscribe, bell button below, like I said before. Comment on anything you like, dislike, what we can do better. And as always, you guys stay safe. We'll see you on the high seas. Talk to you soon. Cheers.